Welcome to Going In. Sane with Temperance Humane. That's me. How y'all doing? You in the river? I'm definitely in the river. I was just outside taking shots, pictures of the moon. And really big. Still big, bright, and powerful. I'm starting this at 5:45 a.m., which is 5:45 in mirroring time. And I looked at the date, and I think it's Sunday. Pretty sure it's Sunday. And I realized that 7 is the month and 25 is the day, but that makes another 7. So this is just another portal. Oh my God. Anyway, so okay, it's cloudy and humid outside. Beautiful though. It's just gorgeous. And I've been up for about an hour. Woke up out of my very vivid dreams to talking to my angels, agreeing with what they were showing me, which was journaling. So that might be something for others out there. Yeah, whatever. Journaling at this time, over these times. I mean, these are epic times. There's just no two ways to look at it in my ear. And keeping a journal helps to get stuff out of our head, out of our, in our environment, and it just releases it. And it's easier to work it out when we're writing. I mean, that can include recording thoughts, like recording what's on your mind on whatever, gadget you have. And you can either erase it or save it. But, we're just humans, and we have to push through emotions and learn how to honor and respect them. And that's the bottom line. So let's call it gang, gang. Gang, gang. It's early in the morning. Would you like to come and do some exchange of energy here? Okay, so just please make me a clear, concise, articulate is always nice. Channel for your conduit for your channeled message, because it's your message. It's not my message. Uriel's here. Magdalene. Metatron. Good morning. Good morning, lights. Okay. Okay, so it was journaling, and then dream journals, they say, or something. If you could remember your dreams. I mean, I just I just can't. Well, it's not that I can't. Okay, it's like I haven't been able to thus far. Okay, so we get this message started. Okay, I've been shuffling. Move that for time. Start again shuffling. So my messages yesterday were steeped in emotion and kind of deep, profound even. Necessary examples of what is going on collectively. I hear them say to me right now. Okay, are you ready to start? keep hearing that yesterday's one of the main things for the takeaway from yesterday's videos were honoring and respecting our environment, our emotions, that they're real. They're real, alive, and active, and our emotions are what make us different than the other mammals, and they call them life vagals. So, I mean, plants, they can respond to emotion, and water responds to words, but us venting our the recesses, the things that the closets that we close down. Okay, so they're saying the result of not dealing with our emotions, honoring them, acknowledging them, is the same as closing the door. It's their message, not my message. It's like closing the closet door on our inner child and preventing them from experiencing life on life's terms. That's harsh, but true. Many of the truest things in life are harsh, because deprogramming ourselves, unplugging from the matrix, is a shocking and rude awakening, but necessary. Indeed. Doing the work as laid out in the 29 videos. I mean, if the souls here are not taking advantage of the foundational videos of this channel, of Soul Self-Help and Ascension Acceleration, then you're doing yourself a great disservice. But no one's judging. I mean, do you? That's not where it's at for you yet. It's at for you yet. That's all right. Everybody's judged on their own merit. There's no right or wrong. Fears are just love pulled inside out. I mean, the visual on that one for me was pretty was graphic, but it was literally a meat suit being reached in and pulled by the inside the skin, and pulling it so the skin's on the inside and the guts are on the outside. Good morning. I mean, it's upside down clown world. I mean, people think the power is in the cross. Power was not in the cross. That's what those that feared the love message and the power that exists inside of us, because we're created in the image of Mother, Father, God. The empty grave after what man did is the message. It just is. Upside down clown world is being terminated. It's done. It's over. So prepare yourselves for, it's 555 as I look at the clock. That's change, transformation. That's amazing. Yes. Prepare the best you can for what's on the horizon for humanity, the truths, the big reveals, and the blessings that are on their way, because there are collective blessings for the collective of humanity, not just light workers or yada yada yada. I said we're doing good on the vibrational test for the conscious awareness, and being able to hold the energy at this time. Doing really great. And if you don't know what I'm talking to, previous videos, okay, but it's also I've listed videos on my Facebook ministry. You can scroll through my thread and perhaps um, find information there that will help you to understand what it is that's going on now. Or you can go to the videos all this month. Started it. Um, the channelings in the beginnings of each of the oracle readings are the initial and informational download drops for so I mean you could check out the first 10-15 minutes of each reading and kind of get the gist of what's going on inside the video or inside that message, as far as because they channel through me like right now, and then the cards back it up and give encouragement, enlightenment, and edification. Okay, anything else? Uriel says they can call on me if they need a positive outlook or a cheery disposition. Yeah, Uriel, ring my bell for sure. I mean, you can tell after the definition of the um, of his Major Arcana card yesterday at the end of yesterday's last video. The definition of that was very revealing to me, because it's like I knew it was Uriel always hanging out with me now that I look backwards, but I hadn't grasped the definition of what his forte is, and I'm like, oh, so you're the reason I'm able to keep my rose-colored glasses on. Well, alrighty then. I knew you were my high guide. I mean, someone had to do it. I can always turn, I mean, a Sagittarians, I can't speak to all of them because there's, Sagittarians, I mean, some Sagittarians, so in my experience, okay, Sagittarians either wear rose-colored glasses and use their spirituality in a highly motivated and uplifting manner, kind of always see the silver lining. But then there are Sagittarians that flip and one is Sagittarian, and I know a few that they embrace their inner strength and power and natural gifts from being born in that sign, and They just are the complete opposite of, like, say, me, for example. But if, they're either way like me or way the opposite of how you experience me here. Anything else? I mean, I married one. And then I divorced him. So, like, you can't make me. I'm not going to live like this. Oh, no, no, no. Light always wins in those situations. As long as you can embrace the inner and reach out for help from gang, okay? Okay. Okay, you gonna add to this message? Okay, okay. That one just like jumped out. Really? Really? Okay. I'm like, really? Don't get four of the small white cards. I can't see these. But that's okay, because I'm using the flashlight today. So, it is what it is. Let's get this party started. Okay. Putting them underneath the computer. I won't wiggle it. Okay. Let's do that. Alrighty then. I hope all of y'all are having a very blessed and wonderful experience. As things start amping up, it's going to be very powerful time. In epic fashion in the very near future. Okay, so we got 11, okay, and Skybridge, which is the builder card this month. Possibility for union. Okay, and so they're dropping on my spirit that the importance of the union within each soul is the goal. Okay, it's not a physical union with another person. This means the balance of the masculine and feminine within each of us, and integrating the union of the inner child with all the aspects of our environment. Okay, and we all know we're not simple creatures. We are complex and layered. Once again, our experiences are the ones that develop our ego, and so there's a reason the ego is there. It is the gatekeeper to things we may not even remember. That's why you got to go deep and you got to do the work. Previous videos, okay? Okay. Skybridge. Possibility for union. What needs to be connected or disconnected? You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon, though, or you run the risk of being stuck at the edge of the far cliff. Of the far cliff. Life has brought you to this moment to offer you as yet undreamt of possibilities. You must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you are allowed a breath or two before the leap. So take a bit of time to yourself. Get away for a day or two of contemplation, or even for just a few minutes. Walk or even for just a few minutes walk to clear your head. Muster your courage so that you may cross the sky bridge. Sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. And when they're saying quantum leap, they aren't kidding. This is the time we're in. It's just the way it is. Life believes you are ready, even if you do not agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans and preparation. Respond with a determined yes, and let the universe take care of the details. You need only hold on to your positive affirmation, and the way will become obvious as you take flight and clear the abyss. Vanishing mirror. And there's a 13, I think, last time I added this. I don't know. Anyway, vanishing mirror, ego, sublimation. The graphics on these cards, I promise you, are they're so much more beautiful in person. And they're even beautiful on the screen. So, vanishing mirror, ego sublimation, letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn, so that you contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? This here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our conditioning, so remember that this is part of the human experience. Yet you are not meant to remain static. Seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious, is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move or out of your comfort zone. Let's let that sink in and say it again. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. When you focus too much on yourself, this way you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? Indeed. Oh my gosh. They're really good at this, okay? This is the second time I've ever seen this card, and it's only been within the last few days. There he is. Okay. Great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. Great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. Know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences. Then share them with others. That goes to the journaling. Even if it's for a later date down the road, having documentation of your just your environmental experiences can mile marker your growth in this epic time we're living in. then share them with others. This card was inspired by Jesus, who is one of the most widely acknowledged and loved spiritual teachers of all time. But there is a great teacher at every tradition, and this card represents the one whom you feel closer, to whom you feel closest, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual one. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. The dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. This card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows you that you have dedicated a lot of time and effort and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There is a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. That's the only one from that deck. Isn't that interesting? Opening to discovery. It's like a portal. Quantum. 34. That's 7. And of course, that's the month we're in. Opening to discovery. Key concepts. The small bits of data you collect from the world to form ideas, the transfer of vital information via the universe, always speaking to you, the need to integrate information and be discerning about what you expose yourself to. It's true, at this time, it is highly recommended that we consciously stop exposing ourselves to low vibe, all jive, 3G dwelling motherfuckers. That's how else to say it. The trappings are there. The same old is there. And if they're not lifting you up, then they're tethering you down. And when you're not being conscious of who you're allowing in your energy perimeter, previous videos, okay, then that's on you. It has nothing to do with the energies that are doing what they're naturally inclined to do. It's your fault for not protecting yourself with your own self-love boundary. Mirrors, triggers, and egos too, don't forget. Half-baked cakes. All of the videos from the foundational that will be tagged at the end of this video, as per usual. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messaging invites us into a cynical, fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us towards growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all, through synchronicities, omens, and other signs that point toward our best path. Our intuition helps us to tune in and set our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. Today, today be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe, and you shall have it. Indeed. Tender embrace. Tender embrace. Key concepts: compassion, warm-hearted care for self and others, sensitivity and empathy, benevolence and kindness. Put your hand on your heart and breathe deeply, inhaling a sense of gratitude. Now, how do you feel? Keep doing this, tuning in to the world around you, others you know, and even those you don't know. Can you feel compassion for them? Compassion is an emotion of tenderness and sensitivity. It's a feeling of benevolence and reverence as you stand witness to the suffering of the world. Now is the time to reduce that pain and focus on compassion in all areas of your life. Today, do something deliberately kind for another. Even looking a stranger in the eye and smiling can make a world of difference. The questions to ask now are, where do I need to be kinder and gentler? How can I serve? And in what capacity can I be in alignment with the solution to the suffering of the world? Could it be that you need to be more compassionate toward yourself? If you spend all your time in service to others, it's easy to forget about your own needs. When you accept yourself, you can bring more loving energy to others. Yes, indeed. Today, make a commitment to practice self-compassion. Release yourself from the burdens of perfectionism. Allow yourself the grace to be human. And then do the same for others. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's not your job to tell others how to express themselves, even if you don't like the way the world behaves. Today, be kind for no reason at all and watch miracles arise. Body and soul. And it's 5. Change and transformation. You see dragonflies, by the way, they're like the spiritual meanings are, it's like butterflies but on steroids. Body and soul. Key concepts: taking care of yourself, seeing yourself. It's a lot about taking care of yourself today. Take that to heart. Key concepts: taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body not separate from soul, centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, physical health. And they just reminded me that that goes back to the channeling at the beginning of this message about the integration of the masculine and feminine in each embodiment, soul embodiment. Okay. Extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully. Are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to care for others before meeting your own needs. Check in with yourself. Are you experiencing halt, hunger, anger, loneliness, or tiredness? This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you, because you are worthy of this card, of this care, either way. What simple things require your attention so you can function optimally in your world and live your best life a day at a time? Another message that this card holds is how to live with authenticity. Can you be at ease with yourself? You doing you, with pride and self-worth? Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body. a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you are here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. There is an intentionality to your being here now, just the way you are, in this time, in our collective story. You being here is important, for you are a precious being with a purpose, even if it seems elusive some days. Just know that life loves you. With that in mind, your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one, not to make somebody else's experience a healthy one. You do you. Walk it out in front of them, as we touched on yesterday, yes? How you nourish your body, mind, and soul is directly related to how you experience your life. It's time to put yourself first, then everything will fall beautifully into place. Indeed. Oh, wow. Wow. I've never seen this card. It says rise. Wow. Did not see what it said. Okay. I was getting um, sticking to habits just because of fear is the wrong state of your mind. It means you think you're not worthy or capable or powerful or spiritual with purpose. It's a less than worthy um, stance when you don't take care of yourself health wise or release things that you've used to cope with you've used to help cope with your environmental situations. Being in a cleared out state. I mean, allowing your body to be clear from toxins clears the brain fog and the wishy-washiness of back and forth thinking and believing. I can attest to that. Rise. Essential meanings: being ready to rise, rebirth, second chances, redos, new opportunities, stepping up into your potential stepping up to your potential announcements. Self-care message: endings, the need for acceptance of defeat before the rebirth, knowing when it's time to stop, a time to implement changes before you can rise again. Wow. Wow. You are ready. You feel it in your soul and you hear it in your heart. You are ready to step up, unveil your brilliance, and run across the field shouting your dream to the world. Reach out and reveal a piece of your plan and share a part of your magic. Think bigger this time. You are going to rise higher than you ever have before, so you're going to need a grander entrance. Give yourself permission to openly pursue the giant, badass goal that you've got. As you let it loose and try it on for size, you'll untether your potential beyond anything that you can fathom. Start to ask, why not me? And realize that it's your turn to rise. If something is coming to a halt, or if you have recently suffered an unpleasant blow to your momentum, This card illuminates a time for second chances. You're being gifted a redo with all of the rebirth energy. I just got such a warm, fuzzy feeling with that. You're being gifted a redo with all of the rebirth energy of the phoenix. And this time, you get to decide just how far you fly. Take a moment to regroup and implement any changes that are needed, and then open your wings and rise. How hard are you on yourself? How are you keeping yourself down? Are you motivating yourself as much as you would like, or as much as you would others? Are you rising up like a warrior and upping your inner dialogue and your self-love right along with yourself, with your skills, your promotional materials, and your to-do list? That was a mouthful. Does your outer success match your inner flow? Oh, Creator water again. This is the third time. This is the third time this month. Creator water. Water is connected to the emotions, being in flow and relying on your intuition. It governs the germination of ideas and conception, and it lives in the realm of dreams and prophecy. The element of water is insightful, healing, and cleansing. How can your intuition be of use to you right now? And what happens when you allow it to restore your balance? How would your situation change if you fell fully into your emotions? Wow. How well are your emotions helping you right now? And in what ways can they heal your situation? Are there places that love is hiding, waiting to be found? Water governs the watery depths of emotion and intuition. When you tune out all of the should do's and could do's, and you throw logic and responsibility overboard, what's left? Imagine that you are in water on a ship or a beautiful beach, or maybe you're a mermaid person swimming in the depths of the ocean. Tune out everything except how you feel. All you know is that your emotion is guiding you, and that any thoughts that come up for you are the direct result of your intuition. What messages flow into your awareness? Take a ritual bath, anoint your third eye with some fresh water, and feel it opening a little bit more as a result. Dip your hands in a bowl of water and cleanse them of any energy that is holding you back. Infuse them with the magic of water's healing. When you are done, have a tall glass of intuition and healing and wait for it to start working from within. Sacred mirror. It's 33, okay? Sacred, okay. Sacred mirror. Essential meanings: seeing the divinity in others, knowing more about yourself by sharing your gifts and talents, finding kindred souls on a similar path, collaborative opportunities, being seen, witnessing sacred evolution, connectedness, oneness, your place among the stars. Self-care message: egoism, being overly bothered by traits in others, allowing someone to push your buttons, allowing another's journey to affect your self-worth, not recognizing the lessons that other people can give you. Sacred mirrors are all around. We are connected to two other souls on this planet, and every single interaction, no matter how great or how tiny, can carry a message or a meaning. Just as you can only really understand the concept of light when you've understood the concept of dark, so too can you only understand who you are when you really begin to see others. We see sameness in others, we see difference, and they offer us glimpses of our own true selves through their reflection. Look for a lesson in the coming days, a sacred mirror that will refract and reverberate through your being and shed light on your truest form. Sometimes mirrors serve to teach us how unique we are because of the contracting and opposite nature they unveil. When another person thinks differently, use it to help you understand your own mind. Sometimes mirrors serve to ignite something within us that we had long forgotten. I wish I could do that. I would love to be that. I would love to be that brave. I desire that charisma. Is that possible for me? What have your mirrors been showing you lately? And have you been acting on the information they're sending your way? Find solutions in these sacred reflections. How are the people you've been spending time with mirrors of you? Do they make your life better? Explore opportunities to try new things and take risks by communicating in a new way. Allow your community to be a mirror and to show you what works best. Okay, I'll be right back. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and end this portion of the video. I'll come back, do this card, and pull from the Archangel Power Tarot in just a minute. I need to excuse myself. I'll be right back.